LL.B studies and inspiring facts in life in English language is the topic for discussion today. Dear student friends, you are aware that I am Professor Dr. Rega Suryarao, Principal Retired, Aided Law College, Maharashtra, India. In this lecture, I want to enlighten you the greatness of our LL.B course and how the Constitution conferred supreme status on our judiciary is what I am going to enlighten you so that you can have very good inspiration to concentrate much better in this in your legal studies. Dear friends, the legal studies, that is LL.B or BL, Bachelor of Law, BL or LL, some universities use the word LL.B, some words use the title BL. It is of earlier, this LL.B was of 3 years course. After successful completion of 2 years, BGL degree was awarded, that is Bachelor of General Law. After successful completion of 3 years, a BL degree or LL.B degree was awarded in Indian universities. Mostly the university faculties of law were imparting this LL.B course, and however in some states there were private law colleges imparting this legal education. So those institutions which are imparting legal studies, that is LL.B course, are called the centers of legal education. The apex regulating authority of this legal education is the Bar Council of India, New Delhi. This Bar Council of India, New Delhi, frame rules from time to time to uplift the standards of legal education and inspects various centers of legal education to accord recognition. Those centers of legal education, that is private law colleges, aided or unaided, government, university faculties, private institutions, autonomous bodies, whatsoever, those centers of legal education which are conferred, which are recognized by this Bar Council of India alone are eligible to conduct this legal studies, that is LL.B course. But at the same time, the college which is affiliated, suppose a private law college is imparting legal education, that college must be affiliated by the concerned university. At the same time, that university must be recognized by the UGC Grants Commission. Now, earlier the legal education was available in private colleges, aided, unaided, and university faculties only. In some places, government law colleges also were there. Now, in the recent past, that is, since in the year 1986, the National Law School of India University was established at Bangalore in Bangalore University campus under the favorable auspices of then Sri N.R. Madhav Menon as the as the director and subsequently vice chancellor of that law school. This National Law University Bangalore earlier was conducted in Bangalore University campus. Subsequently, it was shifted to independent campus at Nagar Bhavi, Bangalore, and which has been acknowledged as the number one institution of legal studies. Subsequently, many more national law schools and prestigious private institutions of legal education have been established, I sincerely, honestly express my heartfelt salute, thanks and salute to the to the organizers of this pre-national institution for establishing wonderful infrastructure, beautiful atmosphere in maintaining wonderful standards and uplifting the greatness and significance of our legal education conferred, which the constitution, our constitution conferred supreme status to judiciary. As a matter of fact, the Constitution of India conferred supreme status to judiciary directly or indirectly, occasionally or eventually, but even though executive, judiciary, and legislature, the three organs of the government, have having intercheck between one and other, but ultimately the judiciary is found priority, is enjoying priority over the executive and legislature, which I explained you in so many lectures. Now coming to the point that those students could not get seat in other courses of good prospectus in the society, in the society, need not worry that you have ultimately opted, you are constrained to opt this legal education as a last resort. But this is that one category of candidate having who could not get medical or engineering and other seats joined law course. And some candidates, however, there are some candidates who are the children of, particularly who are the children of leading lawyers, judges, joined law course, outweighing medical engineering, such course, medical and engineering and other prestigious courses of good prospects. Because I know there are some advocates and members of bench and bar who joined, who admitted their children in law, ignoring, outweighing medical and engineering to make them as their successors. I physically witnessed some teachers, some lawyers studying, whose children are studying engineering, joined law, and one MTech person in Pune after MTech joined law and became a leading lawyer at this. So that is why, dear friends, don't worry for joining law for the reason that you could not get seat in other courses of higher importance in the society. Coming to the point, this legal education, I joined law LL.B in the year 1977 in Andhra University, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, India. So in those days, the legal education was confined to university faculties. In some states, there were private colleges were there. There were no national law schools at that time. So the comparatively, when compared to the education being imparted in centers of prestigious institutions of legal studies like prestigious law schools like Symbiosis, Infosys, ISFI, and similarly national law schools in India, this type of education was not there in those days, because it was simply in university colleges and private law colleges. Even there are some many institutions which did not have minimum infrastructure, producing hundreds and thousands of law graduates without any minimum infrastructure, and the law graduates were produced without sufficient standards in law. So to overshadow all these constraints, the Bar Regulator Authority, the Bar Council of India, has been making untiring efforts in visiting centers of legal education and guiding them to follow the guidelines of Bar Council of India. Otherwise, the affiliation to those institutions was cancelled. So the now, what is this LLB course? What is the importance of this LLB course? I will tell you. Now, coming to the point here, in keeping in view the first year students, when once you join law, there are earlier there was only 3 year law course after graduation, and now in 80s itself 5 year law course was introduced in when the law colleges when National Law School of India University Bangalore was started. 5 year law course 5 year law course was started. So subsequently 3 year law course LLM, PhD, MPhil and all other courses were introduced. But however, this at present there are two streams. One is 3 year LLB course and the other is 5 year LLB course. 3 year LLB course is after 3 years degree, 5 year LLB course after 12th standard or 2 year intermediate in some states. Now, I think that this 5 year course, LLB course, is better when compared to 3 year course in the sense in 3 year course the students will have good backing of pre-laws like history, economics, political science, etc. But as in 3 year course, BSc student and BCom student also may join. The BS student in English media would be more comfortable, while the BCom students and BCom student also could have economics, but BSc students could not have even economics. That is why instead of a 3 year course, if the student who could not get engineering, medical or other courses joined 5 year LLB, they can have very good foundation in first 2 years. Because in first 2 years there is history, economics, sociology, political science. Good number of papers are there. If you have good political science background, they will be helpful to you in constitutional law and administrative law subjects, and they will be useful to and legal and constitutional history. The political science background will be useful to legal and constitutional history paper also. That at the same time the English media would be started from the first year pre-law itself. First year of 5 year course and second year of 5 year course are called pre-law. From third year, fourth year and fifth year, they are not, don't call them as pre-law fourth year, pre-law third year, pre-law. So they are law courses. A 5 year course, third year, fourth year and final year, new final year. So this is the position. So if there are so many states in which English is not acknowledged properly, for the reason they have overwhelming love and affection on the mother tongue. It may be Telugu or in Hindi or Marathi or in Kannada, whatsoever may be the reason, some states have overwhelming love and affection on the mother tongue. In that process, knowingly or unknowingly, they are outweighting English. Basically, the legal education is imparted in English media only, not in any other media. For the reason mean, when once you enrolled yourself as an advocate in a state bar council, you are eligible to practice anywhere in India. Even for civil judges exam also, one will be able to write civil judges exam or the additional district judge exam of any state in response to any state notification. That is why the legal education is in English language only. So however, some states people do not acknowledge, despite consistent and unstinted efforts by the Bar Council of India to impart legal education in English only. Some universities helplessly, at the demand of the people, introduced the local media also. In some universities, Kannada is introduced. In some university, Marathi is instituted. I think I don't have direct knowledge, and some Hindi also might have been introduced in some universities of India. So whatever may be, dear friends, every Indian, in particular the student of law, must be able to speak Hindi and English apart from your mother tongue, because we are in global village. Without English, we won't be able to succeed anywhere. But Hindi is equally important language. It is conferred status of national language. Therefore, Hindi is also equally important. In some states, Hindi, in some countries, Hindi also is acknowledged. That is why, in particularly in almost all capitals of India, most of the people speak Hindi only. Even in a Marathi state like Maharashtra, in Pune, Bombay, most of the people speak Hindi. At the same time, when once you are able to speak Hindi, you can manage anywhere in India. At the same time, you can enjoy that language because it is a national language. That is, the people who speak Hindi is very more in number. The cine movies or any TVs or any other you can enjoy the good programs. So as as I would not, as I cannot speak Hindi fluently, I lost a lot. Yes, I would in the beginning I started uploading these lectures in English only because the subject LLB exams are to be written in English only. That is why I never thought of any other language. I uploaded the lectures in English for nearly 150 lectures I uploaded. And subsequently, at the request of my student friend, I started uploading lectures both in English and Telugu language. So please note that, dear friends, each and every title of my lecture must necessarily be in English only. So very few lectures, that is after 145 lectures, I started uploading two subjects exclusively in Telugu for the benefit of law student, that is law of arts and family law one. And subsequently for every lecture, that is from constitutional 2, I uploaded Hindi, Telugu and English. As I cannot speak Hindi fluently, I am unable to, I am very misfortunate, I am unfortunate that I cannot speak Hindi fluently. I would not able to upload the lectures in Hindi. If were I able to speak Hindi fluently, the number of views will be in lakhs and millions, and the number of subscribers would be not less than 20 lakhs instead of 19,300 at present subscribers at present. So that is the importance of Hindi. And for the reason I would not able to speak Hindi fluently, I had to lose so many opportunities as a principal in Maharashtra, served for nearly 14 and a half years. So now coming to the point. So that is why, dear friends, some students express difficulty that, sir, I studied Telugu media, I studied some local media, some grievance is there. So and they think that they will not be able to speak English, they won't be able to learn English. They need only local language, as if they are incompetent to learn English. Like that they are speaking. Dear student friend, never. Whatever your language you learn with inspiration and interest, you will be able to speak that particular language within 6 months to 1 year comfortably. Look at the children who are first standard, LKG or UKG. Being kids, they are in convent schools and global schools. They are able to speak excellent English. Being major, having crossed minority with wonderful talent and knowledge, won't you be able to speak English fluently? It is only because you have to show interest. If you start showing interest to learn any language, you will be comfortably learn any language. So that is why they never say that I studied Telugu medium, I studied in Marathi medium, I studied in this medium or that medium. So whatever mother tongue you belong, you must learn English and you must speak Hindi and English fluently, is my personal suggestion by virtue of my experience. Now, dear friends, when you join LLB course, you will have five subjects generally, five in first semester. In almost in every Indian university, there is a semester system. After making the payment, earlier admissions were conducted directly basing on the marks, but subsequently admissions are conducted through entrance examination. In Andhra Pradesh, in through law entrance, law set, law common entrance examination, and Maharashtra set examination, Maharashtra, like that, because almost every state government started admissions process of LL.B course in their states through entrance examination only. After entrance, if those who are qualified in entrance examination are eligible to join LLB. In some universities, there is no any eligibility criteria. If the student get 1 or 2 marks, that boy or girl will be eligible to write the examination. You look there for getting though one is not able to get minimum marks, that boy or girl is eligible to join law. But whereas the situation is not same for engineering or medical, particularly for medical, unless you get handsome rank, you won't be able to get free seat. So that is why even then the highly meritorious students join medical and other courses. Those medical students after MBBS and MD prosecuting hard labor after getting a MBBS degree or MD, so some of them appear for civil services. That in the civil services result you look there, and most of the postgraduate doctors are getting selected. Earlier, the people, candidates of sociology, history, economics would be able to select comfortably long day in olden days, but today the candidates appearing for civil services are mostly postgraduate doctors, engineering, postgraduate engineering candidates, IIT, who are studying in Kanpur, Madras, Bangalore, like that. So such brilliant candidates are appearing for civil services and getting through. And at the same time, the so-called highly talented postgraduate medical students, engineering and other students are getting through medical postgraduate this civil service exam. At the same time, we find in newspaper that one chapel maker son got selected in civil services, one auto rickshaw driver son has been selected in civil services, etc. So that is why don't think that those who are prosecuting legal education in highly prestigious institution of legal studies will be able to become judges and high court judges and so on. But those who are studying in colleges which do not have minimum infrastructure won't be able to become judges. So because those students, if you concentrate, those students who cannot afford or who could not get proper rank to get admission into those prestigious national law schools and private law schools, and though you study LLB in a private law college, unaided or unaided, which doesn't have minimum infrastructure, if your institution is affiliated by university, that university is recognized by the UGC, and your law course is approved, recognized by the Bar Council of India. If you concentrate well in studies, even if there are no proper teachers like the teachers in national law schools and other prestigious schools who pay who pay those institutions pay handsome salaries, they attract talented teachers. Even though particularly the government aided colleges owing to paucity of funds, shortage of funds, deficit of funds, the required number of teachers not appointed. You can take the help of internet. There are so many teachers like me uploading lectures in the internet. You can watch those lectures and can get through the examination. Earlier this internet facility was not there, but today you are even though you don't have sufficient guidance from the teachers in the institution where you are prosecuting legal studies, you can take the help of videos uploaded by teachers like me and can get through. When once you become High Court judge, you will be able to enjoy wonderful superiority and supremacy, which I told you in previous classes. So again I am telling you, dear friend, to create inspiration to the entrance of legal education, that your law course is no less than any other course. On the other hand, you will be able to prove beyond reasonable doubts that our law course is much better than any other course in India. Even once you become High Court, you will be able to order High Court top officials of top officials in even a chief secretary or a cabinet secretary or any top police officials also, as a High Court judge you can order. You can set aside the law passed by the parliament assented by the approved by Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and assented by the President of India. You can pass that law, you can declare that law unconstitutional even as a High Court judge, is what I told you. So, dear friends, when once I tell you, dear friends, when you complete, when once you become, you try for civil judge or additional district judge or in High Court, and your position will be very your position will be wonderful. You can enjoy great status and great social status in the society. How? Because suppose by the time you complete LLB, your age 5-year course or 3-year course, 22 years for 5-year course and 23 years for 3-year course, and after 7 years, suppose earlier these civil judges exam, municipal magistrate exams were conducted directly by interview. Subsequently, the civil judges are from magistrate, municipal magistrate, that is the top, the lowest judicial officer in judiciary. This selection was conducted earlier directly by interview, subsequently by written examination, and now not even after that, now they have introduced written examination, screening test. If the screening test are in screening test, those who are qualified in screening test, the candidates are shortlisted. After that, after having been declared qualified in screening test, they will be eligible to appear for the written examination. After that written examination, you can appear for interview and get selected for civil judge junior today. But till recently, after LLB, after immediately after completion of LLB degree with requisite number of percentage, subject to exception to reserved candidates, immediately after LLB, one could appear for civil judge junior division examination. And recently the Supreme Court of India gave direction that the 3 years standing is mandatory, is compulsory. That means after completion of LLB, the candidate has to enroll himself in a state bar council as an advocate. He should practice as an advocate for 3 years. Then only he will be eligible for a civil judge junior division examination. And now it is learnt from somebody, it is said that, hearsay, that 3 years standing rule is likely to be discarded. That is there. Let us wait and see. If I get any confirmed news, I will tell you in the next class. So now, dear friend, now what is that is why, so when once you joined LLB course, don't get disappointed that I could not get MBBS seat, I could not, that 5 years course I am telling. When once you joined 5-year course, for the reason that you could not get medical seat or engineering seat, even though you joined 5-year LLB course, the 5-year LLB course is comparatively better than 3-year LLB course, because in the first 2 years you will be able to study in English media. Secondly, you will be able to study law oriented, law related subjects, those subjects which have causal connection to law. history, economics, sociology, political science, you will be able to learn uh, in English media. At the same time, English also will be there. These will help you to have good foundation to continue law subjects from third year onwards. But whereas I don't say that 3 year course is not good, because for BA English medium it is okay, but BCom students except academics, they don't have any background, and BSc student, they don't have even academics background also. That is why I say that 5 year course is better for these reasons, and you can also save 1 year. So if you are a 5 year course student, by the time you complete 5 year LLB, your age is around 22 years. If 3 year course, your age is around 23 years. And when once you become judicial officer, as a judicial officer with 5 years standing, or advocate with 7 years standing, you will be eligible to write ADJ exam, additional district judges exam, who will have the power to pronounce death sentence also, who will be able to pronounce death sentence also. When once you become a junior judicial officer, civil judge junior division, you will have first class magistrate powers, whereas the district collector is having first class magistrate powers. The district collector is having first class magistrate powers. So that is why similarly the district consumer redressal commission's chairman will have district magistrate, first class magistrate powers. So what are the various powers and positions of these judicial officers, civil and criminal? I explained in criminal procedure code, in hierarchy of criminal codes. Again, I will have to teach those particular topics in Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. About these criminal laws also I will tell you, dear friend. So that is why assume that if parent, if a candidate, the age limit is around 35 years, for which by the time one can simultaneously become IAS and additional ADJ, additional district judge. Suppose if a son who has been selected both civil services and ADJ, if he asks his dad, who is some judicial officer, then the judicial officer will tell his son, you join ADJ, don't join IAS, because if he joins as ADJ, there is every possibility to become High Court judge. When once he becomes a High Court judge, he will be independently independent. He can order any authority. He is not at all subordinate. No one will be able to remove a High Court judge, even Chief Minister, Governor. It is only through the impeachment move moved in Parliament by 2/3 majority. Even President of India alone will now, who appoints after recommendation of collegium, will not be able to remove this High Court judge. Such a great power is conferred on when once you become High Court judge. So there are three organs or authorities or body or functionaries of the government, any sovereign state: executive, legislature, and judiciary. So Montesquieu, a French jurist, enunciated that the three organs of the government, executive, legislature, and judiciary, must discharge their respective functions, and one authority organ should not encroach upon the other authority or other organ, because judiciary must do judicial function, executive must do executive function, legislative legislature must do, that is parliament must do legislative powers or lawmaking powers. But however, strict adherence to this rule is strict adherence to this rule is impracticable, because one organ encroaches upon another organ. What is that? I explained in detail in administrative law lectures, doctrine of separation of powers. Dear friend, you may see that it is only a beginning lecture for entrance. I will let you know about the subjects and all. So that is why, in view of all these things, dear friends, don't worry for having opted this law course, because you can have better, and you can have better status. You can enjoy better status in this legal profession if you can become a high court judge when and onwards. So here, even if executive controls, he can control other organ. It is only union level, central level, parliament alone can control. If legislature is to control, executive is to control, it is only council of ministers headed by prime minister and president of India will alone be able to control. If legislation means parliament headed by president of India can control. But say for a judiciary is concerned, it is not the chief justice of India and other Supreme Court judges can control. From High Court judge itself, it can control and order the authorities. So that is the great exceptional power given to the judiciary. For example, Justice Sinha, I told you several times, who was High Court judge, disqualified Mrs. Gandhi in those days for having indulged in irregularities in election while contesting against Raj Narayan, the former Union Health Minister of our country. So that is why, even though when she was declared disqualified by the High Court judge Jagannath Sinha, she took stringent steps to bring out so many amendment and survived. In subsequent elections, she witnessed miserable defeat in the following Lok Sabha elections. That is the greatness and significance of judiciary. So you have opted such a great, wonderful course, so that you must be proud of choosing this our legal course, provided you must be sincere and honest in prosecuting legal studies. A woman is woman. Woman has been conferred great status because she is Trimurti, Gruhini, great housewife, Srushtikarta, that is the creator of this universe, provided she must be pious. If she is irregular woman, she doesn't deserve such status. If she is an indecent woman, she doesn't deserve such status. Similarly, when once the judiciary, the constitution has conferred such a great status and prestige on judiciary, it is the absolute duty and responsibility of the members of the bench and bar to strictly adhere to the norms of these pious principles and ideals of judiciary. Then only the status that has been conferred on judiciary can be fructified. That is why, dear friend, don't worry for not joining medical engineering. With law, you will be able to become great persons and personalities. So our great leaders, most of them prosecuted LL.B. They were law graduates and lawyers. So this is this greatness and importance of legal education I have enlightened you, so that you will take it granted with the utmost sincerity and honesty to attend the classes regularly, learn the subject effectively, and also use the lectures of speakers like me in YouTube online to learn more and more to be a wonderful advocates and wonderful advocates tomorrow and wonderful judges day after tomorrow. With this, I stop the significance and greatness of legal education. Now, now coming to the subjects. In first year, in the semester system has been introduced in almost all law colleges. But here, The trimesters, I had a trimester system in 1986 when I went into National Law School of India University, Bangalore. The founder, head of that National Law School, Madhav Menanji, while addressing the gathering, revealed that they will have specific schedule and go ahead with that specific schedule depending on dates only, whether that particular date falls on any festival, Hindu festival, Muslim festival, whether it is a Sankranti or Christmas or Bakri, they go ahead with that schedule irrespective, they follow the date, and they have trimester. Semester means first term one subject, second term one. So first term, first semester half subject, second semester half semester is one category. So first semester three subject, second semester three subjects is another. For example, I tell you, dear friend, suppose in first year law in olden days, six subjects were there. First semester, our time, first semester three subjects, another three subjects, second semester, that was the course. But today, first semester five subjects, second semester five subjects. The reason is, in those days 18 subjects were there, but our time subsequently plus 1 year, 100 marks practicals, moot court and court observation, drafting, pleading, etc. And in the second medieval period, the number of subjects rose from 28 to 18 to 28. Now recently, from 2008 onward, the number of subjects rose from 28 to 30. Today, in 3-year LL.B course, there are 30 subjects. First year 10 subjects, second year 10 subjects, third year 10 subjects. Third year 10 subjects. 10 subjects. First term with the 5 subjects, second term 5 subjects. First term 5 subjects, second term 5 subjects. Now, first term 5 subjects, second term 5 subjects. In medieval period, the 6 subjects were split into half tarts, half portion first semester, remaining half portion second portion. IPC half portion first semester, remaining half portion that. So what have we forget about the whole thing? Now in 3-year course, first year 10 subjects, second year 10 subjects, third year 10 subjects. First semester 5 subjects, second semester 5 subjects. So in those days, for elaborate study of the subject, Madhav Menanji, while addressing the gathering, said that we don't follow semester, we follow trimester. We follow trimester. So trimester means one particular individual subject is split into three parts. Split into three parts. For example, IPC or TOTS. This subject is divided into three parts. First part is taught in first trimester, second part is taught in second trimester, third part is taught in third trimester. First, so the total subject of 100% is 33% is taught in first trimester, another 33% is taught in second trimester, third 33% was taught in third trimester. Whether the practice is being followed today or not, I don't know. And this was the practice adopted at that time, that is in 1986 onwards, in National Law School of Bangalore, which has been conferred first position in India among the law schools in India. Now coming to the so dear friend, today in every college, every center of legal education, there are 5 subjects. Whether it is aided college, unaided college, private college with no infrastructure, minimum infrastructure, or with good infrastructure, or prestigious national law school, or prestigious private law school like Symbiosis or ISPI, whatever it may be. So now, first semester, first term, 5 subjects are there. Second term, second 5 subjects are there. For first year people, first they call first semester and second semester. Second year course people call third semester and fourth semester. Few third year students of law call fifth and sixth, fifth semester and sixth semester. But if it is a 5 year course, first year LLB, first and second semester, second year the 3 and 4, third year 5 and 6, fourth year 7 and 8, fifth year 9 and 10. That is that. So the subjects of 3 year LLB course, first year and third year of LLB course are almost common everywhere. There may be slight changes for 5 year law course or 3 year law course in certain universities. And coming to the point, so accordingly, for one term, first semester or first term semester, it may be first or third or fifth whatsoever, there are 5 subjects. These 5 subjects, the centers of legal education must conduct 5 periods for 5 subjects. 5 periods for 5 subjects. Here, see, in my time, there were only 3 periods. There were only 3 periods. The 3 periods also, 2 teachers were attending. 2 periods, 2 hours, one teacher was attending. 1 hour, another teacher was attending. That means 1 hour, one period was of 1 hour or 55 minutes or 50 minutes. So one teacher takes 55, 50, 55 or 1 year. The other teacher used to take 2 hours more than 1.5 years. So when the very single subject was 1.5 year, 1.5 hour, you need not feel bored for my 1.5 hour lecture. So you are inevitably attend class. These though in those days for three period, 2 periods sincerely attended, third period the students left the classroom. And but today, in those days, attendance was not so strict. Bar council is making rules, making very strict, rigid rules so far as attendance is concerned. If there is no 75% attendance, the students should not be allowed to sit for the examination like that. But nobody no one is hearing. No one care a pin to those rules and regulations. The attendance is not rigid in most of the centers of legal education, but however, it is very strictly adhered to, strictly followed. It is expected to be followed very strictly in National Law School and centers of legal education, and so students are forced. Students are constrained to sit for 5 hours, before lunch 3 hours, after lunch 2 hours. Whether they are interested to hear or not, they must physically present in the classroom. Whether they listen to lecture or not is immaterial. If they do not attend lectures, 5 hours lecture, they will not be allowed to. That is the main significant notable feature of this national law schools and prestigious institutions of law school. Apart from this, they conduct so many academic programs to establish interaction between the student, seminars, group discussions and all things. Also there is any beautiful academic atmosphere also will be there, and minuses also there. We should not keep in mind the boys girls enjoyment all will be there, but it is common everywhere in every student career, so which we can have to set aside. However, the academic atmosphere in the schools is good, but however, if the student who are prosecuting legal education in centers of legal education which do not have proper infrastructure, proper number of teachers, need not worry. They can take the help of internet and make use of lectures given by teachers like me, dear friends. So, that is the reason. Now, one thing I want to tell, a good student, a bright student, what he has to do is, before attending the classes, he should give novel reading of the subject. Whatever book he is suitable to his standard, he should purchase in the market. Before purchasing the market, he has to take he has to consult the class teacher, he has to consult the senior teachers. Normally the class teachers in syllabus, they they suggest only the books of high standard. The books of high standard. So, for example, Tots, Winfield, Salman, Ramaswamy, Iyer, like those books. For Constitution, H.M. Shirvai, D.D. Basu, and the commentaries, Koka Supparauji, like this. They are great authors, dignified, high, distinguished jurists, great writers. But how of you may be able to understand those great books by great authors? At the same time, those great personalities expired. Some of them might have been they might if they are of they are of long back books. The others are no more today, but the suitable persons to revise those books are not may not be available because the so-called great personalities available in bench and bar are busily associated with their professional career and above in bench and bar may not be in a position to spare enough time to revise such great books. That is why, dear friend, when once you want to choose any book, you see that whether that book is thoroughly revised, whether the book is latest book or not, whether it is thoroughly revised or not, the standard of the book, that book is suitable to your knowledge or not, whether you are able to understand that level, whether the language, presentation and everything is connected to your standard, you have to think and then purchase. So like that. So when you joined LL.B, whether it is a college with without any infrastructure, or you joined any center of legal education with high level infrastructure, you are given some booklet. That booklet contains the various subjects in first year to final year, and they will give those booklet contains the syllabus of the respective subject. For example, in first year, first semester, there will be 5 subjects. In some university colleges, there may be 6 subjects. So in one university I found, in one law school I found, in addition to 5 subjects, family law 1, contracts 1, constitutional law 1, family law 1, contracts 1, constitutional law 1, Indian Penal Code now BNS and some other subject, 5 subjects, tots. There is another subject, legal language and writing is there, 6 subjects. Legal language and writing was there long back for 5-year course, then subsequently it was discarded. In some universities this is following. All these things I tell you. So in booklets or syllabus supplied by the colleges, the presentation of the syllabus somewhere confusing, because the syllabus, I have gone through the syllabi of various subjects in these booklets, but it is getting, I'm witnessing confusion. But as a teacher, I face confusion. The students will naturally be in a position to confusion. For example, while speaking, while discussing subject in this early chapter, the negligence, strict liability, state liability, such aspects are connected, covered in the very beginning subject, but that is the student may not be able to follow that much because he is an entrant. So what do you have to do is, so far as the syllabus is concerned, the books are 2 categories. The law books are 2 categories. One is chapter wise contained. Some books contain chapter wise, some books contain section wise. Some books contain chapter wise, some books contain section wise. For example, take the case of Evidence Act or torts, crimes, whatever subject may be, constitutional law. So you take the case of constitutional law. Some books contain chapter wise, some books contain article wise. Here, so some, it is to be noted that some group of articles deal with one topic. One single article deals with huge topic. For example, fundamental rights, there are so many articles. Directive principles, there are so many articles. When once you study fundamental rights, you have to study all these things. When once you study directive principle, you have to study all these things. So the fundamental rights also is subdivided, which I will take up in in next class. Now, coming to the point, I suggest the student to follow the chapter-wise books written by Indian author is correct. So that if you have extraordinary English knowledge, you can see the books of English authors. Suppose you see some Indian authors love taught, it would be easier for you, it will be in chapter wise. If you read some books like great jurists, distinguished jurists, that subject, that language will be difficult. If you are able to follow that language, you follow it. But what I see, both are correct. So English section wise means in section wise books, the Bare Act will be given. The Bare Act contents are reproduced. Then under comment, the author will give some explanation. For that particular section only, good number of cases are given. Innumerable number of cases are given. One author may give 5 cases, another author may give 10 cases, another author may give 20 cases, some other author may give 50 cases. The cases are the footnotes from different sources. The cases are given. So cases are given means if the student is able to read each and everything of the cases and the student career itself, he will be able to acquire great knowledge, wonderful knowledge, that he will be able to possess such a knowledge which an advocate and judge will be is possessing. That is those. For examination point of view, suppose you follow that lengthy number of cases and information book, you won't be able to answer the question, all the questions which you are supposed to write. But when once you follow the chapter wise, you will follow the chapter wise book. If the book is voluminous, you have to collect limited points. You have to prepare working notes of your choice. You have to prepare working notes of 50 to 100 pages. 50 to 100 pages. Our time, we used to go to library, sit in library whole day. We had to collect 4 to 5 pages of notes. In MLL also, it was very difficult for us, and our professor was telling, yeah, you go to Shirvai volume 1, volume 2, like that. You go to commentaries, Koka Subbarao. You go to this book, that book. You see for that labor legislation. So many books are there. So there was a big confusion. We were going to library, sitting whole day. I could not get even, we would not able to get limited 5 to 10 pages of collection. But one God like our senior provided some notes. We felt very happy. He is our senior colleague, Mr. Muhammad Jilani Shah. He gave his notes. We, the students, felt very happy. At the same time, one of my friends told me there is a book, Constitutional Law by J.N. Pandey. That J.N. Pandey covers most of the topics. Actually, the J.N. Pandey book was designed to LL.B course, but the teacher say, no, J.N. Pandey is LL.B. For LLM, you have to read big book, some more great book like that. But if one would be able to write J.N. Pandey, it's much better than anything. I would get first rank, no problem. So we cannot underestimate any book. Any book is of great significance. We must not underestimate anything. When once I refer the article of a 5-year student for preparing this lecture, I sincerely, honestly acknowledge the student while referring his article for this teaching purpose as my guru, as my teacher. We must not put anybody down. We should not see anybody low. What is the nonsense? He is student. Why should I be a big professor? Why should I read his book? Why should I read his article? I must not say. As a learned person, as a man of good conduct and character, as a good human being, I must encourage the student who has written article. I have seen so many articles written by the student which are superior to the articles published by the teachers. So far as language comment is over, many students are who studied in global schools, international school, their language and comment of the language is much better than the teachers who did not study in global school, is what I can rightly say. This is what you now, dear friend. You see, whether you book section wise book or chapter wise book, you have to collect important points and prepare a working notes so that it will be easier for you. So that is so for the see for us here what is the more important, the section wise books, high standard books are useful mostly to lawyers and judges. For example, in evidence or IPC or CRPC, some dowry bride burning case is there, abatement of suicide case is there, consent of with reference to consent of woman in respect of rape, section 120 Bharatiya Saksha Adhiniyam or section 114A of Indian Evidence Act, whatsoever may be there. There may be innumerable number of cases. In big books, section wise books, the big book they give variety of cases, and writer give side heading of that particular case, what is the principal issue involved. Some other do not give, simply give the facts, and under in footnote they give only citation. So these if main heading is given, if the lawyer who is dealing with particular case will go through the side heading, if any case is relevant to his present case, he will see that, he will read the brief facts in one paragraph in that particular section wise textbook, and then he will go to basing on the citation, he will pick out the All India Reporter, or Criminal Law Journal or whatever it may be, and read out that the judgment will be in hundreds of pages, the whole case beginning from ending judgment, so many things, how many witnesses are presented, what type of evidence was given, what type of evidence is acknowledged, and all these things were given, what was the procedure followed as per CPC, CRPC, all these things are there. So that is why you need these books. Books have high standard in sections are preferably useful to lawyers and judges, but those books also can be utilized by the student, provided you have very good standard and you have very good comment, and in those also you can have very good points, very good material in section wise books, which you cannot find in chapter wise books. So that is why, so this book also is okay, that book also is okay, but so far as writing examination is concerned, whether you collect good points from chapter wise book, collect good points from section wise book, and prepare notes of your own, so that if it is within 100 pages script, you will be able to prepare very easily, because the gap between one exam to another exam is just one day only. So within one day you won't be able to refer textbooks containing hundreds of pages and thousands of pages, dear friend. So that is why, dear friend, you believe or not, some may comment, criticize and speak nonsense. When I was a lecturer in Sir C.R.E.D. Law College, Yelur, from 1986 February to 2003 December, I prosecuted hard labor. I had got an opportunity. There are very eminent lecturers, nearly 20 lecturers, and no accidentally or otherwise, I had an opportunity to teach almost all subjects, because one local prominent personalities, Mrs. wanted to learn law from me. With her friend came, I started teaching almost all subjects. Then a group of students requested me to teach all subjects, and once I started these, subsequently my wife started joined law, and for her and her friend I had to prepare notes also in 30 to 40 pages script. In examination night itself, one of the student candidates, Mr. Aparao, leading lawyer in Yelur bar, used to take that material to some xerox, got it xerox and circulated to all the 10, and got through the examination with wonderful result. With that experience, I started writing study material in 30 to 40 pages. So in legal theory, I have prepared study material just in 19 pages, one and a half size, one and a half space full scap, A4 size, something longer. Length is more, width is same, that is a long paper, one and a half space piece. So single space is too narrow, double space is too wide. That is why I maintained 1.5 pages. So many subjects, 30 to 40 pages. I prepared notes and got it typed by some typist in Elur, and got it xeroxed by one Kalpana Xerox in Elur, and I circulated those notes to students. So most of the subjects are 30 to 40 pages. Some pages like evidence 30 pages only. I gave legal theory 19 pages notes with undertaking. This material will sell the student to success. While preparing those notes, as you dear friends, you believe or not, I had to struggle like anything. I had to prosecute hard labor. I spent sleepless nights. I had to give a lot of strain to my nerves. By God, I am telling you. For writing so lecture, even the 30 to 40 pages also students found it difficult to go through, because in those days students used it to start preparation just before examinations only. Even that time also they find it difficult. Even today, many students prepare exam only before, read books only before the examination only. Those notes says what this Xerox man give discount to me. I gave the discount to the bookshop people in all over the state up to Hyderabad and circulated. For that I lost money, because my ambition is to get my work circulated to various parts of the state. And in that process, I went to Asia, approached Asia Lahore to deal with this matter. So you take the entire discount and circulate the books through that man. Then he said, I will prepare. That Sunil Gogia, proprietor of that Asia Lahore, said, no sir, we will purchase your books. Then I said, I felt very happy. Such a great big publisher has come forward to publish my book, and expanded all these books, and some 30 pages to 100 pages, 150 pages like that. He printed books and circulated books all over India and abroad also, and gradually I got good name. I got good name. So this is how I became. Whatever we do, will not invent. Never expect any benefit from anybody. Good man will honor you. Bad man will never honor you. You love anybody 100%. Whether the other man loves you 10% or doesn't love you even 5%, don't mind. Don't mind. The man of love will always love. A man of hatred will never love. So that is what. This, whatever you love, you extended. Whatever you help, whatever the help you extended to other will not be in vain. It will come back in your career, or it will come back to your children or grandchildren in course of time. That is why you please remember one movie song, Jeevana Tarangalu, birthday song. You remember that birthday is happy to everybody. How many people will be able to know the significance of birth? When once a man is able to do something to others, then only the birth gets fructified. When once a man is of no use to any society or any other body, there is no use of celebrating any birthday, is what the content of that particular song. There are many natural things in this universe. They are born for others. They are brought up for others. You take any mango tree, it gives mangoes. If you give any crop, it gives grain and dies. That is why. So that is the greatness of those things. The cow gives milk throughout her life and goes to some butcher's home. So this is the what the content of that particular thing. So you do anything, do when you want to help anything, never think anything that whether that fellow will help you or not. Good man will help you. One who receives 1% help will honor you 100%. A man with conduct, character and gratitude will take you. So that is why I never think of anything. So I am not that much competent in computer knowledge to present my lectures in advanced stage. I am using this cell phone only. At present, I am in a camp Visakhapatnam. I don't have any infrastructure including half court or full court, and still I am presenting this lecture. Dear friend, I have decided to. There are nearly 35 subjects designed for district judge, additional district judge examination. But those examination, I'm planning to upload all, because You please note that whether the title is whatever may be the title, all lectures are designed to LLB students, LLM students, and the judicial service. Whether there is no any difference, law particular subject is law, it is useful to LLB, LLM, LLB, LLM, or assistant public prosecutor exam, or public prosecutor exam, whatever law, this is enough. So in the beginning, I uploaded lectures of 10 to 12 for LLB, keeping in mind the requirement of LLB student. I covered limited portion. But when having started the lectures designed to civil judge junior division examination, I have elaborately started delivering lectures. But for instance, the law of evidence, I gave 3 elaborate lectures for keeping in view the requirement of LLB student. When after starting lectures for civil judge junior division examination, I have uploaded more than 25 lectures, each and every covering very depth in very depth. For example, you see how I cover. Suppose the 140 114A consent as to rape is 2 times amended, and it is reintroduced as 120 in Bharatiya Saksha Adhiniyam. At that time, I refer consent from contract. I refer consent under for chapter 4 IPC or chapter 3 BNS, and then I take into consideration 376 1 and B 1, 376 to ABCD, 4 custodial rapes, subsequent amendments up to ABCD, EF, IJ, KLM, those things, various situation, what are the development, what are the subsequent development, what was the Nirbhaya case, that is Jyoti Singh's case, what was the judicial pronouncement, how the fast track court took various steps, how various ministry, some lady, I don't know, so young woman lady is there, union minister, Irani something, Smriti Irani I think. What are the developments and fund, all these things I covered. So the present position, earlier rape 14 years, 10 years maximum, next life imprisonment, next 20 years, next death sentence, and Nirbhaya minor is exempted from death sentence sent to correctional home, subsequent remand, POCSO Act, subsequent demand, even the minor also should be hanged. Even that Asifa case recently, 7 persons raped an 80-year-old girl. All these things I take into consideration and give elaborate lecture, keeping in view the requirement of the candidates appearing for judicial service examination. Dear friend, whether the title whatsoever may be the title, it is useful to all, LLB, LLM, judicial service or whatsoever. My services are useful to all, keeping in mind the requirement. I take very good preparation, long day preparation, which I may not be able to do such lengthy preparation in case I happen to join in any law school, because in one day I may be required to take 2 or 3 classes on 2 different subjects, and apart from additional works, additional academic work assignment given by the head of the institution. As I am free, I will be able to take more preparation, now covering so many books and also internet. That is why I am able to give elaborate lectures. So make use of this lecture. As a matter of fact, all these lectures I am delivering after learning from various sources only. I don't hesitate to say, by the time I retire, I did not have this knowledge. I started learning and making you to learn through these lectures. Please make use of this so that you can have bright career as an advocate. Become directly as if the 3-year standing rule is lifted, you can join directly as a judge, or otherwise join professional career as a knowledgeable lawyer. If you don't have sufficient knowledge, you will be criticized behind, though not criticized directly. Now coming to the point, dear friend, so for I had to take lot of strain for placing before you textbook of notes, study material of 30 to 40 pages. Those days thousands of students gone through my prepared my got through my study material and got successfully came out from LL.B degree. They became lawyers and judges. Apart from that, throughout my service for more than so many years, all, yeah, university examinations, hundreds of students used to come to my home, and I used to deliver lecture for evening 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, even 11 o'clock, the whole subject. And some student, without reading anything, directly hearing my lecture, directly appeared for the examinations and got through. But in those days, most of them took admission and came for hall ticket only. They did not know college and classes, and last minute they were coming to college and coming to my home to learn and got through the exam. That is there are so many teachers, so many candidates got through LL.B examination. With that knowledge only, I would be able to prepare study material, books and all, and could have the blessings of so many people. Now, this is another thing. So this is subject, all the subjects here, coming to the point, you people say that Ragasuriya lectures are very, very lengthy. But I am helpless, sir. I am very helpless because I have undertaken the giant project of 35 subjects. I covered so far 18 subjects. One man covering 30 to 35 subjects, covering each and everything is not a thing. If I give lecture of 10 to 20 minutes, because very small piece of a chapter I can cover. Last class burden of proof 17 sections I covered. In one lecture only I would able to cover. If I take a independent lecture for a burden of proof, meaning one lecture I have to take, and 113 dowry death one abetment one lecture I have to take, dowry death one lecture I have to take, consent of a woman one day one lecture I have to take. Minimum 10 lectures I have to upload instead of one lecture. Suppose if I upload for each and every section one lecture, my lectures will be in thousands. My lectures will be thousand and will be lot of confusion. Lot of confusion. If you feel strained that my lecture is lengthy, you upload it, you download it. If you have in unlimited internet or Wi-Fi, you watch my lecture in internet or Wi-Fi, so that it will be beneficial to my channel. So suppose you don't have, if you have limited data, you download it. Most of the students who have limited data, they are downloading and sharing among the entire class. That is there. So that is why I don't please, income if any generated, I don't take even 1 rupee. I opened an account in my joint name, my son and daughter-in-law. Whatever amount is generated, it will be utilized for some charity. But because our last student, so the present situation is people do not like to listen hours together. People do not like to listen hours together, but it is incompatible, inevitable, because in prestigious schools of law, you are constrained to, it is invariably, you are forced to sit in classrooms whether you listen or not. 3 hours before lunch, 2 hours after lunch, 5 hours. If you can attend 3 classes consistently, consecutively, and you will be able to know entire cream of that subject. So my earlier I released a small book by writing only cream of the subject, as if how I collected information in LLM from various books, that 100 pages like this I delivered. Don't speak nonsense about Raga Surya notes, series, nothing. So my small works are cream. However, unfortunately, I'm not I don't have 10 hands, 20 mouths, because I can do only limited work. I won't be able to do. I released books, law books, long back 20-25 years. I am not able to revise them, though the publishers are asking, they are taking alternative methods. I told them, okay, you do it. But you just check it when the revisions are good, you follow it. If your revisions are not good, you don't follow it. Whatever book you like, you purchase it barely because of the reason that Raga Surya Rao name. I bought Raga Surya Rao book. That book revision or something is not good. You should not find me at an accusing finger. Whatever book, whether Raga Surya Rao or any other book, before purchasing the book, you go to bookshop, spend some half an hour, see that book. You see what they see the content either in library or from friend's book or by going to a shop. If you go to any shop, read a before purchasing a book. If you read that book for 5 minutes, the shop owner will not object you. He will never say either you purchase or go. Don't read. Nobody will say. If you read the book, the purchaser, the seller will not object you. You go through that book. If the book's contents are suitable to you, if the presentation is suitable to you, then only you follow that book. Whatever book is suitable to your standard, you follow it. Whether the books listed under the syllabus in your booklet are suitable, you read them, or some other book which are suitable, you follow them. But first you take the guidance of your teacher. Next you take the guidance of senior teacher, seniors, because they have already read some books. They know which book is comfortable, which book is not comfortable. They will tell you. If the senior tells you 2 or 3 books, you verify these 2 or 3 books. Among them, which is suitable to you, you purchase and go through. This is the what is so far as books are concerned. Dear friend, I told you the greatness of our law. For joining law, you need not be worried. You feel that your position, if you work hard, you will be no less than IAS, IPS and all. You can have wonderful future, bright future, constitution, knowing incidentally or eventually or ultimately conferred better status, priority or supreme status on judiciary, even though the executive, legislature, judiciary are equal. They can check each other, and ultimately the judiciary is given priority, because earlier the President of India alone would be able to appoint the judges of High Court and Supreme Court. No, today the President of India alone will not be able to appoint the judges of High Court and Supreme Court, but the collegium must be there. Collegium for High Court judges, the collegium of High Court comprising of Chief Justice and 2 other judges, we have to finalize the appointment of High Court judge, and it is referred to the Supreme Court collegium. Supreme Court collegium has to acknowledge. This state collegium will, with the knowledge of Chief Minister and Governor, goes to Central Collegium, that is Supreme Court Collegium. That Supreme Court Collegium finalizes that matter, will go to the President through the Prime Minister of India, through Ministry of Law and Prime Minister of India. Then only the selection will be there. So such a great procedure is there, but no, not even a High Court judge can be removed by anybody except by impeachment moved by 2/3 majority of Lok Sabha. But technicalities are there. If practicality, deviations in practicality, we cannot say. Dear friend, I am the man, teacher. I can only teach you what is there in books. I cannot tell you what is there in practice. Never accuse me, but my teacher said something, practice is different. It depends upon the personality and situations and circumstances, which I cannot, for which I hold no responsibility, dear friend. So this is why these are the things, dear friend. In next, my next attempt is I will because covering a 35 subject has become very difficult, because I am covering section wise. Dear friend, some sections, some chapters, one section speaks about big chapter. Some group of section speak about one. For example, documentary evidence is so many sections, one chapter, one topic. Resgeste, section 11 CPC is a big chapter. Section 30, now section 25, dying declaration evidence is a big chapter. Section 6 Evidence Act, section 3 Bharatiya Saksha Adhiniyam deal with big topic, Resgeste. So So group of sections deal with one topic. At the same time, one section deals with lot of huge syllabus. For example, Article 21 has a lot of literature. So on one section, a big book can be written out there, and big one PhDs can be produced. Article 21, PhDs can be produced. A dying declaration, PhDs can be produced. So there is no any limits to knowledge. But never think that you know anything. We cannot know anything. What is required, we just learn, know, and deliver, even whatsoever may be in legal fraternity. But no one can say that I know everything in law. We know very little. We know very little, but our knowledge is very meager. But whatever is required for our position held, that only we learn and do it. So, dear student friend, don't worry that you could not get medical engineering or other prestigious. Join the law, utilize the law, and you can prove yourself much better than other courses which you could not get. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. God bless you. Wish you all success.